the Delusional Series, compiled according to the teachings of the Master. Author Fafu. The Delusional Series. Part 2. How are delusions woven? I remember clearly how the conditioning began in my early years. Even forming simple sentences proved to be a challenge for many of my classmates. So how did I manage to write essays? Gradually, I was trained to fabricate narratives. We were taught to weave tales that were not only plausible but also aligned with established literary conventions. From narrative essays to prose, we were guided to conform to specific patterns. As a result, we became adept at constructing elaborate fictions, a skill that was rewarded with high grades. This conditioning began at home and continued throughout our schooling, where we were explicitly taught the art of fabrication. By the time we reached high school, most of the high-achieving students had mastered this skill. The process shifted from passive to active, from semi-automated to fully automated. By the time we graduated from university, our minds had become so conditioned that we were constantly fabricating thoughts, day and night. Even if we wanted to stop, we were unable to do so. Observe closely how the mind seizes upon a particular thought or memory, even after a long time. Once it has retrieved this information, it begins to fabricate narratives automatically. Remember, do not force yourself to examine this process too intently. However, it is essential to be aware of this fabrication and to understand its nature and purpose. Upon careful examination, you will discover that these fabricated narratives are always composed of elements drawn from your past experiences, sights, sounds, and feelings. The mind is unable to create something entirely new and unprecedented. Yet, in novel situations, we often rely on these past experiences to fill in the gaps, leading to a multitude of subjective interpretations, much like the accounts of different witnesses in the Rashomon effect. Why has our automatic fabrication become so ingrained and seemingly uncontrollable? It's because we've conditioned our minds to function in this way. Our minds have become adept at retrieving random thoughts and weaving them into elaborate narratives. This automatic process is the result of years of training, beginning in childhood and reinforced throughout our education. So, how do we stop this automatic fabrication? The answer lies in understanding the source of its power. It's like an electrical circuit. The mind only functions when it's energized. In this case, the energy is provided by our own thoughts and desires. Therefore, to stop the fabrication, we must withhold this mental energy. When we ignore these fabricated thoughts, they eventually dissipate. However, we must strike a delicate balance. If we ignore them completely, they may disappear, but if we obsess over them, we risk strengthening them. Instead, we should observe them with a gentle awareness, without getting caught up in their content. Over time, as we consistently refuse to engage with these fabricated thoughts, their power will diminish, and our minds will become more peaceful.